What's going on, guys? It's Alex from PenPath here, and I'm super excited because if you're watching this, you already got our cheat sheet, and this is your quick tutorial to show you how to navigate it, how to get the most out of it, and hopefully get your data in a great place for you to have measurement success. You're going to open up that cheat sheet. Hopefully, you've already made that quick copy, and you're going to see the Start Here tab, right? So your Start Here tab is essentially where you go to understand where to go, what all the tabs do, and get some additional resources so you can be successful with UTMs. So if you get lost at any point, just go to the Start Here tab. The next tab you're going to see is the UTM Parameters tab. This is a historical reference of different parameters that you've used so that if you want to reuse them in the future, you can go back and use whether it's the full parameter, if you want to shorten it for your UTM, whatever that might be. This is kind of your key. Think of a key to the map. This is a key to your UTMs so that you can use them in the future and not have to remember everything you've ever used before. This also is going to resolve a lot of your consistency issues that we hear from e-commerce leaders. That's one of the biggest challenges, consistency across different campaigns and historical performance. At the very top of this, we're going to give you some quick instructions and tips on using UTMs. So make sure you check those out. Those tips are very helpful. So make sure you follow those and review before you make your UTMs. Below, we're going to have a brief description of the different levels of the UTM itself, as well as different ideas. We wanted you to have some structure as a starting point. Check out those ideas that we have in here. These are pulled from successful use cases that other e-commerce brands have used, including ourselves. The maroon is going to be more of the dynamic and value track campaign parameters. If you don't know what that is, no sweat. You probably don't have to worry about that yet. But once you want to start automating some of your UTM process, check out what those are. Those are going to be the maroon sections. And we do have some nice notes there and links to the documentations from the platforms themselves. The third is going to be your UTM Generator. Pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead and copy paste all the things that you want or write it in here yourself. I recommend copy pasting it from the last tab we just went over to get that consistency. And remember, if you copy paste different parts of your UTMs, to use underscores to separate them. This is going to be where you can have a full history of everything you ever used. 2 tips for this tab. Number 1, use that approved column. If you have multiple people on your team or your agency, make sure that they are approved. You don't want to make sure you're running a multi-thousand dollar campaign and then have your UTM was never set up correctly. Make sure you use that name column as well so you can reference what the campaign was for. That is the third tab. The fourth tab is where we get more advanced. If you are curious to use some of those earlier mentioned dynamic or value track parameters, this is where you want to go because it allows you to understand what dynamic parameters are available and by what ad type. So if you scroll down here, you're going to have some ideas and then you can see metas, ad types, and what's available and what isn't. Google's as well, what's available and what's not. We're going to be adding to this over time. Check out what we have so far, and hopefully by the time you look at this, it's even more complete. If this is not something you've used in the past, don't worry about using this yet, but try to think of using it in the future as it can save you a little bit of time. The next tab is UTM Ideas. This is pulling successful ideas we've seen in the past, or just ideas for your inspiration. And we wanted to add a little bit more depth to it, so we added an industry and a purpose. Check these out if you're feeling stuck or you want ideas on how to use your UTMs. This is a great list to get you started and hopefully not feel so overwhelmed in the beginning. The next one is the UTM matrix. Let's say you have different types of things that you always use, maybe specific things that you're tracking at the content level. Well, if you're running a PMAX campaign or different ad types, it might not take the content level tracking. It just doesn't work for that because it self-optimizes in different ways. So this is going to be a great way for you to list some of those campaigns that you're running by ad type and what you can or cannot include. If you scroll to the right, you're going to see different things that you might have wanted in your UTM, such as campaign stage. Maybe I like to use top, middle, or bottom of funnel, but that's not going to be available for certain ad types. Use this if you want. It's a little bit more advanced, but it's a good way to stay organized as you start using more campaign types and you want to pack more information in there. And then last but not least, it's the conversion tracking audit tab. I mean, we're really wanting you guys to be set up for success. If you are feeling like your data is not accurate, if you're feeling confused about where to start, if you're not sure if your UTMs are used correctly, if you think your GA4 needs some configuration or your tag manager needs configuration, you need a measurement strategy, all of these things are your measurement readiness checklist. We're giving out free meeting times if you are an e-commerce brand that needs just a little bit of help. And a lot of times that 80-20 can cover so much ground. So meeting with us, you're going to work with a professional. We'll quickly spot check things, see if you're set up for success, and send you on your way. Definitely check that out and book some time with us if that's something that you think you could benefit from. I'm so excited that you're in our UTM cheat sheet and you watch this whole video. We want nothing but you to get a ton of value from it and hope to hear from you soon. Take care.